Hi everyone. Today we have a special episode of the Immigration Lawyers Podcast. I will be reviewing the state of U.S. immigration laws and recap the changes that occurred in 2015 and look into what 2016 may potentially look like. I will go over the current state of the EB-5 program, Fiancé visas, immigration raids, Deferred Action, DAPA and DACA, CUBA, refugees and asylees, the elections, the Visa Bulletin, and updates to the Visa Waiver Program. Welcome to the Immigration Lawyers Podcast. For more information about the program, please visit www.immigrationlawyerspodcast.com. Please note that this recording is informational only and does not constitute legal advice. Please consult an immigration attorney for specific information related to your case. Also, this recording is copyrighted and written permission is required for rebroadcasting. My name is John Khosravi and I am the host of the Immigration Lawyers Podcast. I also practice immigration law in Los Angeles, California. You can learn more information about me by visiting www.jqqlaw.com. 2015 was a very interesting year for immigration attorneys. There were quite a lot of shifts and near misses that occurred. The first one that I'm going to talk about is the EB-5 program. We had months and months of intensive debate and discussion about the program within our community and in Congress. The expiration of the EB-5 Regional Center program was supposed to happen last September, but it has been extended twice, once to late 2015 and now into early 2016. Congress is pushing some heavy regulation for the industry and its players and investors as well, such as more stringent source of funds requirements and background checks. The SEC is getting involved more too. The SEC and FINRA included EB-5 as a priority for their work this year. They've even indicted some immigration attorneys for getting finder's fees. There has been fraud in the Regional Center program, and the government is currently going after quite a number of groups of people. However, I think some increase in regulation can create more faith in the program. But the fear is that the regulation can strangle the program as well. The sample drafts of new potential legislation in this area do show some stringent regulations that can create problems for the program as a whole. But it is still not clear what exactly is going to happen, especially as they've pushed back the renewal date twice already. I think all would agree that an increase in investment requirements will probably happen, but we still can't be sure of that. For now, the program is up in the air. One thing I would like to add is a reminder to our colleagues to not perpetuate some of the misleading ideas about the program. The program is not buying a green card or citizenship. When consulting a client, let them know that this is an investment and has some risk, and let them know about the job creation requirement to be able to keep the green card after 2 years. Moreover, processing times are not that easy either. It's not exchange of a green card for cash. There are delays in the process in getting the subsequent visa and the permanent green card. Also, source of funds requirements are stringent. Thus, not everyone who has the money is going to be able to do the investment. Furthermore, the green card is not guaranteed as mentioned above. The job creation has to occur. And there is no fast path. It's going to take a long time. Processing times keep getting longer, and the demand for this visa keeps increasing. Moving on to the family-based categories, the Fiancé visa has gotten some attention this year. Processing times for K1 I-129F processing had come down dramatically in 2015. A poll I conducted between attorney members of the Immigration Lawyers Listserv.com showed a decrease of processing times from many months, 6 to 8 months, to several weeks from 2014 to 2015. However, the recent terrorist attack in San Bernardino, California, alleged to have happened by a U.S. citizen and his spouse who had entered on the Fiancé visa K1, created more scrutiny on the program. Along with the election period that has many people talking about immigration issues, Fiancé visas have become a hot topic. My own Fiancé visa I-29F processing times have not seen any changes in difficulty or processing time, but I'm waiting to see how the consulates will be processing them. There's even claims of human trafficking going through the K1 program, so it's inevitable that more stringent reviews of the beneficiaries is going to occur. The head of USCIS told lawmakers in 2014 that the agency is reviewing the Fiancé visa program after the San Bernardino attacks and the USCIS has been ordered to retroactively review such cases that are approved in recent years. So they might go back and look at cases. There's even talk about looking over their social media. So that's a issue that immigration lawyers have to be attuned to and to review for their clients to make sure, one, when choosing a client, that it's someone they approve of, and two, if something stands out, that it can be corrected. But in total, this means potentially longer processing time by USCIS and the consulates due to the increased scrutiny that must occur unless more employees are hired, which I doubt will occur. The Obama administration has made some clear changes to foreign policy and the related immigration process. With the opening of relations with Cuba, the Cuban Adjustment Act, which allowed many Cubans to easily be granted lawful permanent residency status in the U.S., may see an update or a change. There have been calls for the program to be reexamined, but the future of the program is not clear. The Obama administration has also upped its ICE raids and deportations. As we go into election season in December and January 2016, there has been a large jump in the number of raids. President Obama has had the highest rate of deportations compared with other presidents, and detentions are occurring all over the country, causing many immigrants to stop going to work or school in fear of being picked up. The administration said it would step up raids of people that were told to previously leave the U.S. or have criminal history, and that is happening. On the other hand, the administration has had a positive step in creating the DACA and DAPA programs. An appeals court had put a stop on the updates to this program. However, the U.S. Supreme Court has agreed to hear the case on the expansion of DACA, Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, and DAPA, Deferred Action for Parents of Americans and Lawful Permanent Residents. This should be very interesting and can potentially help millions of people to come out of the shadows and lawfully work in the U.S. However, these programs are made by executive authority, and it will be interesting to see what plans the next president will have about these programs. The Republican Party seems to show a united front towards creating a more difficult immigration process. The frontrunner, Donald Trump, claims he'll finally build the border wall, which has garnered him much support in a cross-section of the U.S. electorate. It would be very interesting to see the effect of the Republican administration on these programs that were executively demanded, such as DACA, as well as the I-6018 provisional waiver instituted by President Obama a few years ago. We also saw a change in the Visa Bulletin, which caused a lot of confusion and difficulty for people. The addition of new tables that allow for a quicker period to apply for adjustment and receive advanced parole and an EAD for preference categories was very interesting, but saw some lawsuits as the State Department backtracked on its previous charts. This program may be in flux as well. Finally, the global humanitarian crisis has had severe consequences for our immigration process and policy. Syrian refugees have been a hot topic issue. The elections highlighted America's distrust of Syrian refugees, which have flooded Europe and created a lot of problems in Germany and France. Many would not like them to come to the U.S., even though their numbers are much smaller than the migrants to Europe. We've also seen refugee and asylum issues coming from Central and South America, which have backed up the asylum process. Thousands of these are unaccompanied alien children, UAC, from Central and South America, which are still being processed while these young immigrants are alone and living under frightful conditions and circumstances. The future of these poor souls are still not clear. Also, the fear of terrorism caused the U.S. government to update their Visa Waiver Program, or ESTA, to no longer allow dual nationals of Iran, Iraq, Sudan, or Syria, or those that visited these countries in the last 5 years to use the Visa Waiver Program. These people will now be required to partake in a visa interview at the embassy or consulate to be granted a B1 or B2 visa. Interestingly, this law came about after the San Bernardino attacks, which are completely unrelated to any of these countries listed in this program update. Unfortunately, having to go through visa interviews will only increase the processing times at consulates unless additional State Department employees are hired. The current state of immigration in the U.S. is in flux, and the next few years we'll probably see big changes occurring. I don't think comprehensive immigration reform will happen, but each tweak in the system will affect thousands to millions of people's lives. Hopefully it'll be to the positive. Thank you, and I hope you have a great 2016. Thank you for listening. To learn more about this program, please visit www.immigrationlawyerspodcast.com. Also, attorneys can visit www.immigrationlawyerslistserv.com to learn more about special listservs for immigration lawyers that provide forums to discuss professional questions and issues and exchange information with other practitioners from across the globe.